Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to the latest video on the Scan Tool Network YouTube channel. In this video, as you probably worked out, we are going to do a demonstration and a comparison between the Foxwell NT680 Pro kit versus the Autel MK808 kit. Two tools which are very evenly matched, very evenly priced and very evenly matched sort of right across the board or right down. There are lots of different categories, so it really just depends on what tool is best for you and your needs, and we'll get to that in a moment. Both of these tools are available at Diagnostic World. It's www.diagnostic-world.com. I'll put a link to both of these kits in the description below this video. And at the end of the video, what I'm going to do is tell you which tools which specific tool between the two I would use for my personal needs. But everyone's personal needs are different, so it all really depends on your circumstances. So let's get straight into it. We've covered where you can buy them from. What I've got here is, I don't know how well you can see that actually. We've got an airbag light right there, and we've also got a check engine light right there. This tool is plugged into the diagnostic port of the vehicle. This tool is a standalone, so it uses a battery. So that's how we can see what's going on here, but this tool has no connection with the vehicle right now. We've only got this we've only got this tool plugged in. So we're going to use this tool to show you just this tool basically diagnosing and resetting these fault warning lights. So they're both available at Diagnostic World. Price wise, this one here, the NT680, is available for £450. The Autel tool is available for £399. So right now this is £51 cheaper. Obviously, whenever you're watching this video, prices are subject to change, so that's the current pricing at the time of making this video. When we come to who are these tools aimed at, well, I would personally say that these tools are aimed at auto enthusiasts with a lot of cars or a few cars that they wish to look after. Families who've got a number of cars to look after, fleet managers who've again a number of cars, or garages or workshops or mobile mechanics who don't necessarily know what kind of cars they're going to be getting in day to day. So you really need a tool which covers a lot of cars and a lot of systems to be able to meet the demands of your customers. So anyone, I would say anyone who really has more than one car and you want to look after both of those cars, then these tools are definitely aimed at you. They're probably not aimed at garages like, you know, the main dealers like BMWs or Audis or anything like that, because they've got their own equipment for things like that. But anything smaller, small garages, workshops, enthusiasts, this is for you definitely. You probably noticed that this is a tablet based tool. This is a standalone diagnostic package, so you can only, with this tool here, you can only use it for diagnostics. You can't go online or anything like that. This tool is different. It's a if we go to the home, you can see it's just a normal tablet. So you can download apps onto it. You know, you've got an Android account, you can go onto Google, you can surf the internet, so long as it's got an internet connection, and obviously doubles up as a diagnostic package as well. So I can see why this one would have an advantage so far over this one, because it costs less and it has more functionality with regards to not just being a diagnostic tool. You can work on cars through the day and your kids could be playing games by night. Let's have a look at the coverage now. I should have started on the home screen with this tool actually, but there we go. Coverage wise, we're going to look at the we'll look at this one first, the NT680 Pro. So diagnostics, basically in a nutshell, they all cover all of the main makes and models that you're likely to see on the roads, and there is a slight difference. So I'm just going to go through these here. Pause the video if you want to take a closer look at any of the coverage. So that's just the Asian ones. Let's go to China. And then we'll go to European. So there's a long list of coverage for the NT680 Pro. Now if we use the Maxicom MK808, we can just go, we can do the same again. We'll go to USA, we can go to Europe, and it's a slide. We go to Asia, and we go to China. So for some vehicles, like whatever that is, whatever these are, this tool doesn't cover it. But are you likely to use these manufacturers? I don't think so. It's the same with some of the Asian. There's SsangYong there. I don't think SsangYong was in this list actually. I'd have to go back and double check, but you know, there's a few other manufacturers here which are covered here but not here. On the other side of that, there are a few manufacturers for this one, the NT680, which aren't covered here. So if we look in the European section, and this is mainly what I mean, we've got two high-end vehicles there. We've got Porsche and Lamborghini. This tool also covers Porsche and Lamborghini, but if you look, it also covers Aston Martin, it also covers Bugatti for anyone lucky enough, it also covers Ferrari, and it also covers Maserati and Maybach. They both cover Lamborghini and Porsche. So yeah, it all really depends on what cars you're actually looking to diagnose, I suppose, as well. If you've got high-end cars like Ferraris or Lamborghinis or Maseratis, Aston Martins, then I'd say probably this is for you. If you are like the rest of us, normal folk, and you have things like, I don't know, Porsche, Audi, Fiat, Citroen, BMWs, then this tool is, you know, it's cheaper and it's got a tablet. With regards to special functions, this is obviously, both of these tools will cover all of the main systems like engines, airbags, ABS, transmission, you know, parking sensors, suspension setups, things like that. But this tool, with regards to special functions are different. They come under the maintenance menu of this one. We go to the service, it's a service menu on this one. So we've got, have a look at the different functions that this one has, and then we'll look at this one. So we'll go service, oil service, electronic parking brake, TPMS, new battery registration, brake bleed, DPF regeneration, immobilizer keys, injector coding, steering angle sensor, suspension calibration, throttle control, windows, doors and roofs, seats, odometer, language change, headlamp, change tire size, TEC learn, ABS SRS, cylinder, VGT learn, clutch, transmission adaptation, airbag and AF setting. With regards to this one, we've got AF again, bleeding, brake bleeding, battery registration, clutch adaptation, CVT, DPF, EPB, gear learn, headlamp, injector, language change, odometer, oil reset, prime fuel, steering angle sensor, seat match, TPMS, TPS, turbo, windows, doors. One thing I want to show you is the odometer. This will change language, this will change the mileages on vehicles, but only a few mileages on this particular one. If we go to this one, it gives you a few more options. Not a huge list by any stretch of the mark, and if some of them you just would never even use, but some of the high end, some of the general cars that you see on the road, like Volvo, Jaguars, Vauxhall, it is good for mileage correction. I can't guarantee it'll work exactly as you need it to, so I personally wouldn't recommend buying this tool for that function. There is another tool called, well, I'll put the link in the description below for that. In any case, I'm going on. So updates wise, this tool here is free for life. Okay, so you're paying 450 quid for this one, or 450 pounds for this one. This tool, updates are free for the first year. After the first year, you need to pay about £130 per year for updates if you want to continue receiving the latest updates to the tool. You don't have to, you can actually just skip a year. The tool will still work exactly as you last updated it. So that's one of the pros of this tool, and it's one of the cons of this tool, I would say. So both tools so far have pros and cons. Live data, we get excellent live data from this tool actually, and this is what I want to show you. Oh, I can't because it's not plugged in. Damn it. You get so much live data from this tool. It's actually incredible, and it not only displays it just like in number format and wording, but it also shows you in like speedometers. So if there's a figure, say for example your DPF is getting clogged up, it shows you like a speedometer like this, let's say, and the needle will be if it's in a safe zone or if it's in a dangerous zone. So if your DPF is full, the needle will maybe show right round into the red zone, and it gives you an idea of what values are good and what values are bad, based on, you know, what they currently are. So the live data for this is currently excellent. The live data for this as well is also good, but it's not as good, I would say. I mean, it's going to give you the live data, it'll give you the data you need, I guess. Let's see, we wanted to look at live data for this Porsche. We wanted to look at DPF data. I'm conscious that this video is going on, I don't want to make it too long, so I'm going to be as quick as possible. So DME, which is the engine system. It's loading. While I'm waiting for that to load, I'll talk about the help and support. Help and support for the Autel tool is really good. If you have a problem with your tool, what you need to do is go into the support, and then it's going to give you this screen which is going to load up. Nothing seems to be loading today, come on. And basically you can log a complaint, you can log a problem if your tool is not working as it should, and it goes directly through to Autel. Probably the reason why this isn't working is because it's not connected to the internet. Okay, and we also seem to be having issues with disconnecting as well. Might just have to do a reset on that, because every other time I've tried it, it has worked straight away first time. So I'm not sure what the issue is there. But for this tool you need to actually you need to speak to the people you bought it off. So if you're going ahead and buying it from Diagnostic World, let's say, then you need to speak to Diagnostic World directly, and they will be the ones to give you the help and support, but they will have to go through the Foxwell engineers. Print facility, this one doesn't have a print facility, unfortunately. This one does, and it's really good. And what you can do is, let's say, go into our history and just have a look at some of the previous fault codes that we found. This is like a historical test, so that was for a faulty ABS sensor. What you can do is click this button here, you can print it, or you can go into view PDF. It converts the information for the fault into a PDF. So as you can see, you've got here Diagnostic, what you put technician's notes in, and it gives you the fault code, the description of the fault, so you can print that off and give it to a customer, so the customer has confidence in exactly what you're showing them, or indeed if you want it for your own records. So that's a really good benefit of using this tool here. Power supply, well, this has a built-in battery, and it is really good. It'll last you a full day's use. As you can see, it's on 93% now. I think we've been making a few videos on this kit, and it started at 95% when we started using it. This one takes its power from the actual vehicle itself. Screen size, well, you can see for yourself. This tool has a much bigger screen size. That's not to take away from this screen here. You don't necessarily need a giant screen, but it just makes everything a lot easier when looking through this screen here. Languages, we go into settings. It has different languages, which is quite good. This tool here, settings, language, quite a few languages again, so they're both good for languages. What I'm going to do, actually, just while I've got you here, I'm going to try and go back in, and I'm going to see if I can just get rid of those warning lights there. The warning lights that we just set up ourselves, so we shouldn't have a problem in getting rid of them. So I'm going to select the Porsche, and I've got my honest opinion on both of these tools and which one I would go for coming up in a second. So manual selection, Cayenne. Oh, I've selected the wrong one. Maybe that's what I did last time, I'm not sure. Control modules, DME. Let's see how long this takes to connect now. There we go. That's how it should work. So read codes. We've got one fault code there. That's the code we were expecting. So what I'm going to do is just go clear codes. Okay, F3, and we saw the check engine light disappear there straight away. Code's cleared. So now we'll go into the airbag system, airbag control system, and then do exactly the same thing. I'll read the code. There's the code. Go back, go to clear codes. Once I do this, keep an eye on the airbag light and we'll see it turn off. And there we go. So this tool works to do things like that. In all honesty, this tool will also do that with a breeze, absolute ease. Honest opinion on the two tools, well, it's difficult because they both appeal to maybe different people. If, say for example, in fact no, let me put it this way. I think the only way I would choose this tool here, the Foxwell tool, is if I had a Ferrari, a Maserati, an Aston Martin, Bugatti. I think that would be the only reason I would choose this tool. And also if you didn't want to pay for updates, yeah, that's a good thing as well actually, not paying for updates. But this tool just has so many benefits, has so many service options, so much vehicle coverage, that if you've got, if you're just looking to diagnose the general run-of-the-mill cars, or you've got a small garage or workshop and you just see things like BMWs, Audis, Citroens, Seat, Skodas, then I would see no reason to look past this tool. But obviously the downside is you've got to pay. You get your first year's update free, but you need to pay updates up to £130 per year. Like I say, you don't have to. You could do it every 2 years. You could pay for a year's worth of updates every 2 years. It all really depends on your own personal circumstance, needs, what you want to get out of a tool. Ultimately though, they'll both serve you well. This one if you don't want to pay for updates and want to do high-end cars. This one if you're just looking for general coverage on general cars. But as I say, I hope you've maybe taken something from this, you've learned something about these two tools. Well, they are both available. I'll put the links below this video. Diagnostic World, it's www.diagnostic-world.com, and you'll see links to these kits in the description below the video. Trying to think if there's anything else that I haven't covered. There probably is, but I can't think of anything to hand, so I'm sorry about that. But if you have enjoyed the video, you've taken something from it, please go ahead and click that like button and maybe click that subscribe button if you want to see more diagnostic comparisons between the tools on the market there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on the Scan Tool Network.